We're on a tour this morning. We got here yesterday.
You see those big pedal cycles, multi-person pedal cycles going around? They call them crawlers. They can tell you they get 70% of their income from Bachelor parties. And what is also unusual is the Girl Scouts of America were founded here in 1912, so I'm just quite certain that the Bachelor
Fantastic.
have a few drinks and some of you, oh my God, this place.
Look at these beautiful buildings.
Yeah, that's those Moorish style arches, and those good Arabian arches. There's early Ford Motor Car showroom there in the 1930s. Now it's occupied by two separate businesses, and now there's Captain Gift Shop located right next to the bar.
Company was there.
Oh.
He's raising his sword as he leads the troops forward.
Another beautiful park.
And he was shot down for that effort. Memorial Ridge is in basically.
Beautiful buildings.
We jumped to Civil War history with this mansion here was taken by Sherman for his headquarters when he captured the city with 61,000 troops on December 21st, 1864. That Lee would surrender to that Appomattox. He's raising his sword as he leads the troops forward.
Another beautiful park.
And he was shot down for that effort. Memorial Ridge is in basically.
Beautiful buildings.
We jumped to Civil War history with this mansion here was taken by Sherman for his headquarters when he captured the city with 61,000 troops on December 21st, 1864. That Lee would surrender to the Appomattox.
Those are private homes. Unbelievable.
There was a movement from Poland to try to get his remains given back to Poland.
Look at this place.
He said no. He fought for freedom of your country, and you don't know. You bring him out of there. No. Okay, House from Midnight in the Garden of Good and Evil, right here. House from Midnight in the Garden of Good and Evil.
Wow.
Now, lower left room, that is where the famous businessman Jim Williams shot to death a young man named Jamie Lewis Hanford in 1981. Was it murder or self-defense? Well,
These houses are unbelievable. Look at these places.
Said, no. This was a lover's quarrel.
Look at the windows.
He was embarrassing in public, so he murdered him in cold blood and put a gun in his dead hand. Jim would be found guilty and keep appealing for the finally acquitted on the third appeal. You can't be tried the same crime twice, but you can appeal the verdict on your patience and your money all out against him.
Just
They said it took
unbelievable.
a significant part of his poisons. And then he gets out of jail and dies 8 months later, heart attack with complications. In the very room where he shot Danny.
Wow. Beautiful church.
Temple Mikveh Israel, right here.
It's a temple.
Temple Mikveh Israel. House of worship of the Jewish congregation
Yeah.
who came here and saved us from ourselves. Temple Mikveh Israel. When I say saved us from ourselves, I mean they brought with them a doctor who don't think to make it safe.
Oh my God, look at this
And as a
place.
doctor, a good doctor, he's like, you might want to try boiling the river water before you drink it. Hey, what do you know? We say, no, real doctor. So we're lucky we got him, and I would submit that these people are lucky they didn't get blown off course of maintenance and all everything in order. I think the Spanish would have been involved. Well, this gets about the twin sisters' house because we've got dual entrances and St. Bill twin doors. But the Sonny Saunders' office for a while. Man, I wonder if he used all this space in the computer.
Look at that.
Once he built as a mansion for a private mansion, and then a college, and then was Sonny Saunders. Anyway, other different uses. Mr. Saunders, better known as the caretaker of the University of Florida Bulldog mascot Pugga. That's a big deal here in the southeast of the NFL. It's completely disregarded in favor of college football.
Yeah, they're magnolias.
And that is the Forsyth Park house there in Little Square. Another park.
Oh yeah,
Well,
that's
he
Forsyth
ordered from a
Park.
mail order catalog in 1858. And the only three others like
Beautiful
the world that we know
parks.
so far. Goose Wickboat, Blue, Paris, Reyes, and Poughkeepsie, New York. By the way, I haven't seen the spelling of Poughkeepsie. I'm very proud of myself for pronouncing that correctly. That first syllable, P-O-U-T-H. And let's look at Spanish moss here. What experience it becomes a funeral home. 2005, the hotel developer buys it and converts the funeral home to the restaurant for the hotel that they attached to it. And thus, in one building, we go from dead bodies to prime time. It's the only time we do that. Every other building reuse and refurbishing is kind of anticlimactic after that. They build a hotel on the lot next to the funeral home. Of course, they find the burial ground of the people who are not claimed to have
320 years old.
That oak tree was 320 years old. Look at these oak trees. Gorgeous. These beautiful homes.
And what? Good walk in the sun. Yeah.
Look at this.
Well, okay, let's play it now because I got two people asking now. All right. All right. Well, okay. If I could illustrate.
Friends,
Good morning.
welcome to the beautiful city of Savannah, Georgia. My name is Juliet Golden Low, founder of the Girl Scouts.
Oh.
Yay! You all make for a very interesting trip, don't you? 3 questions, by the way. You know, I was a very interesting person in my time. Round here, they used to call me Crazy Daisy. Maybe I was a little bit crazy for my time. You see, when I was small, little girls were meant to be seen and not heard. Perfect little fly. See, I have love for life, thirst for adventure, and I was always up for something. I don't know anybody like that. But the greatest thing that I ever started right here in 1912. See, I was spending time in London. I was inspired by my meeting with Lord Baden Powell. He had just recently started the Boy Scouts, and the girls were furious. See, at the time, no girls were allowed. And anything those silly boys would do, those girls would do better. So I helped his sister start the Girl Guides in London and Scotland. But I really couldn't wait to bring the idea back home to the States. So in March of 1912, I decided to skip my trip on the Titanic. To come back here and talk to my good cousin Nina. Well, Nina Pate was a teacher here at the Massey School, and I knew she'd be glad. By the way, this is an amazing history museum today. You do want to make sure to come in and see the swimming pool you go. And that first troop of about 18 girls gathered from all over Savannah. The Girl Scouts and the Girl Guides grew and grew and grew. Like daisies, you might say. And now I've heard through the days of change that there are millions of Girl Scouts and Girl Guides across this alumni. They believe in the power of every go-getter, innovator, risk-taker, and leader. Girl choice. To change the world. As much as I would love to stay and talk a few more stories, your itinerary is still very full. So I'll leave you all with this. Keep up the good work, troops, all of you. And don't forget to do your good turn for the day. Have fun today, friends.
Thank you.
So I was on celebrity crush right now. By the way, look at all the oak pollen and green dust from all these cars around.
Private homes.
And really? Guess who stepped forward there?
Wow.
A group of people said, well, we do our worshiping on
Oh my
Saturday.
God.
We've got a place for you to worship on
Oh
Sunday.
my God, look at this
And I
place.
think it is what the Jewish synagogue.
St. John's Cathedral.
They forwarded and offered that chance to worship there. So Catholic Mass was held in the Jewish synagogue for a little while with all the people's meeting. I thought this was the coolest thing. No, man. Seriously. Seriously. Did I say it was? What did I say? Good Lord. I get the laugh of people that. Anyway, when the red signs come down, a little tours resume. You ought to go into self-built tourism.
Wow.
Sorry.
It's a cemetery.
Right here.
Look
Right
at
here.
this.
Oh, they were conducting burials here 1750 to 1853. Well, you might be wondering, okay, well, what was the burials here? Let's go over the wide open spaces with unmarked graves, because they fenced around the cemetery during the Civil War and made a nice corral for the cavalry horses. We kicked over some of the headstones, which were then placed in the far back wall over there. And on top of that in 1967, Savannah City Construction Crew coming down the double yellow line of this street, came to body after body after body, all the way through the road. But they're beneath their wheels are beneath the sidewalk over there too. And you think about that sidewalk, it kind of looks to me like it's got ripples like waves in a pond, or in a pond down there. Yeah. One old duffel bag. Anyway, we'll drop in because
We're fixing up this house.
drop in because we went to war. When did we know how to pick a fight? We went to war with the British Empire twice in less than 40 years. American Revolution, War of 1812. Well, they had the largest navy on earth, and we had a negligible one. So what do? Our government goes up to pirates and says, look, we're going to cut you a deal.
Look at that
We'll
camera.
zone our view from those piracy offenses we know you committed. If you'll just agree to come work for us, attack only the people outlined in this contract. Rob killed both number of these people outlined in this contract, called a letter of marque. This fancifully spelled M-A-R-Q-U-E, as though that means.
And you too, Mr. Anyway, good afternoon, all here.
Afternoon.
That's right, good afternoon. Hey, welcome to the world's famous party taste. They call me Fergus. Fergus the Tipsy. At your service. Rogue buccaneer, comforter, philosopher, and lifelong sailor of the high seas. And they call me Tipsy because, oh, don't you know? I'm oh so close, and I can barely stand. Oh, TV. Woe is me! Woe is me!
Yes, you're doing fine.
Allow me to tell you about my exploits back in the day. There was all this around sitting there in the Caribbean, and we decided to be entrepreneurs. And then parted at the Savana for our enjoyment. But it was illegal. And the government called it smuggling. Everyone! Boo! Boo! But we prefer the time. Game party. You sing with my fancy. And a wee bit Irish, you don't catch myself. Anyway, since we couldn't freely import our rum on the docks, we got smart. We dumped them underneath that building right there. All the way down to the 44 bluff. And out to the Savana. That way we can secretly and safely. Speaking of safely. Empire. Our room to go in our pool. The rum cellar! No, Captain, did you tell them back there for Stevenson? I was about to get there. And I suppose I better get home, and I've got a wonderful batch of Cuban white in my haven, and I better go take care of it. Fare thee well, though. Lads, lasses, everyone in between. And give me a...
It's where the pirates brought the rum.
Right there, right?
Yeah.
That's like that was.
Okay, so yeah, we just mentioned writer Stevenson. There's referring to a sign here on the front porch. It says it's associated with Savannah Maritime History and Robert because he was in the ride.
Pirates house.
Iron was the old river known as iron ores. Believe people, every bit of it. Not Ricketts iron in just everything. Yeah, all the painted services. I used to prove by going by there and walking through rooms at night and sticking back and telling them place until then I go with the staff and show them the spot. And he had that one built across the square 8 years later. Why did this man, through mansions in 8 years, Irish Catholic way of comes over?
This rivals anything in Europe.
Excuse me.
Oh, I gotta take my head off.
Just come in. Just come in.
Wow. Inside the Catholic Church. So incredible. You would think we were in Europe. Had no idea. You believe this? You believe this place? My gosh. The organ. Battery's running out, and I'm gonna catch Marianne. She's gonna light a candle. As a good Catholic girl that she is.
Hey, how's everybody doing? Good. All right, good. Well, my name's James, and I guess you all can consider me to be a representative of the Gullah Geechee community. Now, the Gullah Geechee people, we have a very long history here in Savannah, Georgia, and much of the southeast coast, but our origins go all the way back to Africa. And since we're on the topic of things that come from Africa, is anybody here aware of tabby concrete? No? All right, I'll explain. Tabby was a very crude form of concrete. And to put some of your minds at ease, no, we did not make tabby out of cats. Now, the early settlers, they did not have the limestone that they needed to make building lime, so instead they used what they had in abundance. Oyster shells. They would burn those to make their own lime. They'd mix that with water, sand, ashes, even more broken oyster shells, and there you have tabby. Popular building method here at one time. In fact, later on during the tour, you're going to pass by the Owens Thomas house. Take a good look at the building. Much of it is made from tabby. Now, by this point, I imagine many of you are probably asking yourselves, why is this Gullah man up here talking to us about concrete of all things? That's because I believe that the tabby and the Gullah people have a spiritual connection. Gullah people used tabby to build a lot of Savannah, Georgia. And tabby can be traced all the way back to its origins in Africa, where many people believe it was first created. Also, much like the tabby, Gullah ways are a strange combination. We got customs taken from various African nations, the Caribbean, even a little bit of Native American. All of that mixed together to make something that turned out to be surprisingly strong and durable, lasting for generations, still standing to this day. Unfortunately, also like the tabby, which you don't see very often anymore, modern society has made Gullah culture increasingly rare. But visit small local communities like Pinpoint, where they still got the tabby structures preserved. You will find the Gullah people there as well. Ain't gotta look too far. Well, I gotta get going, but it's been nice talking to y'all. You have a great day, all right? Thank you.
Thank you. What a gorgeous little crowd we have today. My name is Fanny Kimball. I was born in England and was well known on the stages of London before traveling to America, where I met a young and, might I say, wealthy young man who swept me off my feet. I fell madly in love and decided to marry Mr. Pierce Butler, who inherited not just one, but several large plantations here on the east coast of Georgia. And well, I could easily see myself cast in the role of mistress of the house. However, after only a few weeks at the plantation, I began to realize all this wealth, all the glamour, it came at far too high of a price. The wealth of the family was due entirely to the work of the slaves, and I begged my husband to treat them better. He would hear none of it, and eventually I looked at my husband. I looked Mr. Pierce Butler dead in his eyes, and I said, if you could not treat the slaves with any consideration, I could stay in this city no longer. I will take my 2 children and return to the north. And so I did. And I did everything in my power to abolish slavery. That's how I became known across the country as Fanny Kimball, America's most unlikely abolitionist. But it's not about me right now, no. You are in for quite a treat. The historic district of Savana offers the perfect blend of old and new. You might even find yourself in the presence of a few other strange-looking individuals, such as myself. Don't be frightened. Listen up. You might learn a thing or two. I'm going to hand you over to your gorgeous tour guide here. But may I be the first to welcome you to Georgia's oldest city, Savana. Toodaloo! No autographs, please!
So Marianne and I just got off the tour bus thing, and we're sitting at the river, Savannah River, which is a beautiful day. And I'm here, and I'm doing all the filming, and Marianne's here. She's having her second mimosa.
At Huey's.
At Huey's. Like Huey.
On River Street.
On River Street, that's Huey, like Huey Listen News. It really is a very cool place. Very, very cool place.
The riverboat.
Horsies.
One of the reasons I like the horse-drawn carriage is I like it because just look at how that Left with my Mary Chalfer when she died in the girl statue, that's how we're going to go to the police and advertise here. We're going to have people get out here and say you could be good horse, you need to go to.